somebody tweeted the other day about Indiana Jones, and it was from a clip or a trailer that had come out, and they apparently used fake dialogue in their tweet, and they just kind of quoted what, if you look at it and you don't know any better, and you don't question what you're looking at, actually, you might think that this person is tweeting dialogue exchange from the trailer or clips. And apparently that wasn't the case. I fought the Nazis, and you stole from indigenous people too. Actual dialogue from Indiana Jones 5. Oh, and they actually say that's actual dialogue. Okay. And if you have a hate boner for Disney and anything Disney does, and you just you're committed to maligning them in any way, shape, or form you can, just even the most lazy way. You happen to be like, he's probably on the toilet or something like that, scrolling, and he's like, oh, it's a good chance to shit on Disney. And so he retweeted it and said, oh, film, this right here is why modern movies suck. In this now deleted tweet, because he deleted it, it is not actually in the clip or the trailer at all, that exchange. So he retweeted a fake dialogue exchange to push his message, and of course he didn't know it was fake. I'm certain of that. I just think he didn't care.
I love the lack of do homework, man.
I will say, that does sound like a jokey dialogue exchange that might happen in that movie. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, but it's woke.
Oh yeah, it is woke though. So yeah.
Listen, we don't want to talk about our history. We're gonna throw away all the books.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, that's Florida. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
But what's interesting about this exchange, though, to me, is that they always want things to be historically accurate, unless it says something like this, and then all of a sudden,
yeah, good point. Yeah.
I mean, weren't they mad about Cleopatra? So here we are.
They want it to be historically accurate, unless it's like talking about how that slavery was bad, and in schools.
It was about states' rights.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a good point, because look, we're not saying that you shouldn't have problems with Disney or whatever. I have problems with Disney and Marvel, and it's the thing with these guys is that this type of shit actually actively makes it harder to have conversations about the real problems.
Right?
And it's they want to come to us and be like, oh, you're just shilling and defending these corporations or whatever. It's like, no, we're just trying to clear the air and get people to think about things in an actual, a evidence-based, fucking halfway decent analysis, so we can actually talk about the things that are really going on, and it could be improved.
Yeah, the fan community's pants on fire.
But yeah, that's not the end of this, because in case you haven't noticed yet, it was posted by a Nazi.
Oh shit.
So good job, uncritical tweeter.
He does his research before he does stuff, and that's something I want to credit him to.
Well, do we have any other examples of him kind of just being full of shit, or is this just the only time he's ever done that?
No, that's okay. I mean, we all make mistakes once.
Just once.
Yeah.
Look, who among us hasn't retweeted a Nazi to
It could happen to anybody, seriously.
We're all just trying to push a message on our Twitters every day, and it's like, oh, hey, that guy said something that works to my benefit. Oh shit, it was a Nazi.
That person spelled Orion wrong. That's all.
Oh, you just can't use the word Aryan in your name without being a Nazi now, I guess. Greg, are you saying that's
so
not
judgy.
Isn't that not the first time he's quoted that account?
Is he saying quote them in terms of like that specific person, or just Nazis in general?
I'll shit a brick house if the Nazi has they them pronouns. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So there, I think there are some other examples actually of maybe Dinker is not on the level. I'm just throwing that out there.
And again, what's the price? I'm trying to, because I ask because I don't know what it would take for me to just knowingly sound like a fucking idiot and just keep doing it.
I just want to this is just him telling on himself, and I wonder if he's self-aware enough to realize that this is about him that he said, but
Wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, he might even have like I don't know. I don't know what I think about that original post. I haven't really analyzed the movies, in comparison like that. There's clearly a difference in the, how yeah, she's very sexualized in Suicide Squad, and she's not so much in Bird Spray. But still, so he might even have a good point here in defending against this shit.
Yeah.
But still, you're also criticizing yourself, like your entire body of work, man.
Yep.
I mean, I'm sure that dialogue exchange that might have been in Indiana Jones 5 probably took about 5 seconds.
Do you guys want to see like maybe the most upsetting thumbnail I've ever seen? And it's not like anything gross, or it's just the words on it.
Red, white, red, white.
This is a thumbnail for a video?
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What?
It takes you a minute to think about exactly what they're trying to convey, and then whenever you do, you're like, I wish I didn't spend the time to get to that.
Yeah.
What? I don't.
I'm not even trying anymore.
I feel dumber.
I give up. They win.
Yeah.
Whatever the prize is.
I think I
win.
just had a stroke. I'm almost certain of it. I can't process.
There's a lot of really good videos, kind of just tearing Drinker apart. Several of them from members of this Hero Initiative. This Hero Initiative.
Get some square pictures in here, a whole bunch of them. We'll get some text in the top. It'll be beautiful.
I'll use Microsoft Paint to point.
Oh, we're going to the advanced stuff. I see.
So has everybody seen the people are leaving not watching American movies. They're all flocking to the Japanese and Korean movies. It's just
Guilty.
Everybody's seen that, right?
Yeah, my theater just canceled everything American. All the American films are just not even there anymore. It's just all overseas international movies.
I do think it's interesting how it always goes to like Japanese movies, because isn't the second biggest movie market India?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
China when they want to, but yeah, India.
But that kind of doesn't it
doesn't mesh with their message. Okay, doesn't mesh.
Yeah, how ironic is it? The guy that's his catchphrase is literally the message, and he's just so all about pushing the message. It's ironic.
I think I'm offended. It seems like you're suggesting that he's a bit of a hypocrite, and that's not fair.
Okay. I look forward to your rebuttal.
He's got 1.5 million subscribers. That's the rebuttal numbers.
That means he knows what he's talking about.
Money.
That means when he does a video on movies that it is the gospel and we should not question it, because he has more subscribers than I do. So who am I to question it?
Exactly.
It's an automatic authentication right there.
There's a reason people in the West are starting to draw more and more towards Korean or Japanese filmmaking. It's precisely because it's a bit different from what we get.
Yeah, what is the most recent Japanese film, or at least entertainment, that you enjoyed so far?
So he asked him, what is the most recent Japanese film that he's enjoyed? Because he just said everybody's in America, they're flocking to Japanese and Korean movies, right? Because American movies are so woke and bad. All right, give us the most recent Japanese movie that you thought was so much better than American films.
What am I thinking of? See, a lot of them would be older ones, like Old Boy, for example. I really enjoyed that one. I know it's not Japanese, but yeah.
You just made a claim. You just went on some dude's show on a stream, and you, with confidence, with such confidence, you said people are they're not watching American movies anymore. They're going. It's like, so are you saying that people are rejecting new American movies to go back to 2003? To watch Old Boy?
If he was gonna go with his lately narrative and misname an entire or misplace an entire country, he should have said Parasite because it won an Oscar.
Yeah, and it's quite a bit more recent.
Yeah, exactly. By 15 years.
Yep. Nope. Can't do it. Because it's, you know, it's all superficial bullshit. And we've got a lot of points we can look at regarding that.
I really enjoyed that one. I know it's not Japanese, but
and this one. Hold on. This is the best one. It's the best fucking moment. Oh my god, I love it. All right.
Yeah, probably stuff like that. You know, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I really like that, and it's like Chinese, I think. But yeah, like it's.
Oh my god!
Type faster. Type into Google faster, quick.
Maybe I don't know if you're gonna make a claim, research it a little bit. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
Seems like you know.
I mean, why would you start with the claim and have literally nothing to back it up unless you're just trying to push a message, right? Like,
listen, I'm trying to push a narrative. I don't let this evidence get in your way. I'm just pushing a message, okay? I'm just.
He says lately, and then instantly just reverts 20 years backwards. You know, before my fan base was born.
Christ almighty.
And by the way, Old Boy isn't some unknown film. Like, most people that watch cinema know what Old Boy is. Like, it's just a
yeah, the Spike Lee movie, right?
Yeah, let me name this one really popular, this extremely popular movie that nobody's ever heard of before. Like
obscure little nugget.
Seven Samurai. Although that's not lately. Oh wait, that's actually Japan. Shit.
Like, are they just talking about anime when they're talking about like recent?
Probably.
Yeah, like recent Japanese.
Well, at least list one then.
At least get the country.
True.
Yeah.
Charles said at least list one. I mean, you could. There is a validity to naming an anime movie as a Japanese film because it is actually cinema. So he just didn't do it.
And it's an easy win for, you know, a lot of people.
And they are doing pretty well at the box office.
Oh yeah, they're beating they're beating import movies. So I mean, yeah.
But it's like he didn't even do that.
It's man, he biffed it. It's like kind of like how when he how he reviews trailers, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? How he does the trailer reviews and they're like,
well, I think it's good when you look at a trailer to judge the whole product in that trailer and just condemn it instantly.
Got the script ready.
Good way to handle it,
for the movie review 3 months from now after seeing 2 minutes and 17 seconds.
But you know what? This is why, like I've said this so many times, this is why once they actually review a movie, if they didn't like the trailer, they're not going to like the movie. So there's no point in watching their movie review because it's literally going to be an extended version of stuff they've already said because they've already decided they don't like it. So there's no point in actually listening to them review the film.
100%. But like those audiences, they don't watch it to gain new insight on anything. They watch it to just continue confirming their biases and what they already think. You know, so it's like him making the trailer review and saying, "Oh, this is going to be bad." And they're like, "Yeah, it is going to be bad." And then the show comes out or movie comes out later, and he's like, "It's bad." I knew it was going to be bad. Yeah. And they get off on that shit. Critical Drinker, After Hours. Why nobody cares about House of the Dragon? This is before House of the Dragon came out, and then. Genuinely had no idea House of the Dragon had even started. There seems to be no buzz around it at all. The biggest premiere ever on HBO. And then, shit. And let me change that title real quick.
I love the nobody cares, and there's hundreds upon thousands of people.
Well, they use nobody. So here's the thing. On YouTube, as we all know, and most people know, you don't make videos on stuff that nobody cares about because that doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Why would you make a video on something nobody cares about? Like, here's this random store in my neighborhood. Let me make a 12-minute breakdown of the items they have inside the store because nobody cares about it. It doesn't make any sense. So they're picking stuff that's trending because people obviously do care about it. So that statement right away is a big red flag.
I mean, no, sometimes they just go after bad stuff. Remember the huge hate wave they did over Morbius? Like, there's like 50 videos on each of their channels. Oh, wait.
But see, that's true. Actually, nobody cares about it. That's why it's like there wasn't a ton of videos about Morbius.
Well, it was meme heavy. It was
there was a lot of memes, but they weren't making breakdowns because they realized it actually wasn't a good movie. Yeah. So there's no point in talking about it for them. There's no point.
The
So-
Pretty much
bastards at
agreed it was
Sony
bad.
were like,
And-
yeah, it's getting buzz. Re-release it.
He will sometimes do a review of something like Everything Everywhere All at Once and give you an honest take. But usually he just chooses to dive into some cringe political angle with his videos.
And on the surface, Thor Ragnarok seemed like great fun, at least until you started to look a bit deeper and realised that he basically spends the whole movie playing second fiddle to strong.
Let's think about that take. At first, it seems like it's a lot of fun until you start to look at, like, are you saying that you were having fun and then you started thinking about it and like looking for, like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Wait,
no, it makes
wait,
no
I
sense. It's like,
can't
I
grip
enjoyed
off
it,
of
but
fun.
then
And then I realized, oh, there's a woman in it, and
yeah,
if I make it a big deal that she's in it and has more than a couple of lines, I can pretend like she actually dominates the whole movie when she doesn't.
But the argument is ridiculous anyway, because what difference does it make if the woman is the stronger character than the man? What difference does that make?
Did that? Well, it
It
ruined his
doesn't.
fun. Clearly,
It makes the
Clearly.
pee-pee soft. It makes
Yeah, I don't understand that. Again, that's not a criticism. That's just him being misogynistic. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
It made the pee-pee soft.
Grifter.
When Thanos is stronger than Thor, that is amazing. When Hela is stronger than Thor, it's fucking
Yeah, exactly.
God
toxic
forbid you
feminism.
have your main antagonist be able to beat up the protagonist and actually give him a challenge. You wouldn't want that.
Oh,
you
what?
You want that protagonist to beat the crap out of the antagonist, have movie over in like 5 minutes.
That'd be a
That's
good
what you
movie.
want. Yeah.
Female character and strong female antagonist. There seems to be a bit of a debate going on about whether or not this movie is woke. If I was a cynical man, I'd say it's kind of interesting that the rich, corrupt scumbags targeted by the Riddler all happen to be straight, white, middle-aged men, but hey, I guess that's just a total coincidence. Or how about Rings of Power? Do you think Tolkien fans are pushing back against the show's very obvious attempts to twist and alter the lore of a classic and beloved fan?
I'm going to tell you something right here, right now. The most tiny percentage of the people who are like, oh, they're ruining the lore, have never fucking read the source material.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Yeah, if I was a cynical man.
Did he choose the word woke? I thought that Drinker doesn't really say woke in his.
He doesn't
content.
usually.
He
yeah,
doesn't
Yeah.
a lot, but he does occasionally. That does leak through occasionally. And he
Here's a
says
s-
it a shit ton in live streams.
Yeah, he also said it with a very, like, if I were to call it woke,
Yeah.
it's like with a bit of a yeah.
Also,
like he's mocking it and still using it at the same time.
Yeah. So it's just funny him saying, like, if I was a cynical man, and then saying something that he believes. It's just like
If I were
See, world-
cynical.
And infuse it with divisive 21st century sensibilities and ideology.
What? Look, there is no 21st century ideology in Rings of Power. I'm sorry. Like, I could see somebody, if somebody's like, actually, it's kind of slow. It's the season slow. Like, I would get that because, it kind of is. It's a slow burn at first. I just enjoy the characterization. Then once it ramps up in the latter half of the season, it fucking kicks ass.
Yeah.
Well,
Last
please
3
tell me
episodes
what
we've
what
had are
cent-
insane.
what century is it supposed to pull from? It's not even Earth. Like, I mean, it's a completely made up world.
When the white times back in the day.
the
Oh,
white
okay.
time.
When everybody
The
was
white
white.
time.
When everyone.
The great again.
Yeah. when it was all great, we're trying to do that again.
it's also just like they spend a lot of time saying that Galadriel was like too powerful, and she was just better than all the other characters and everything. But like she loses at the end. She gets outsmarted by
True.
Sauron. It's like
By the man.
by,
Also,
like,
if they were to make Bruce Wayne a black guy, the argument would be there are no rich black men. They're forcing diversity.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's just no anything.
So I mean, that is something I've seen. I saw people trying to make arguments about that it is supposed to represent the mythology that of like
Anglo-Saxon history, and it's like it's based on Europe, and Europe is white, and
it's like, yes, Tolkien based it on like what he knew, but it wasn't like him saying this is now our established myth, and if we must maintain it. There's nothing like that. Like, it was not.
Right,
Aren't there-
because
aren't-
all the movies made in the past that base their future on things that have already occurred were so accurate, right? So like people talking about like things that happened in 1999 and 2015 that never actually happened. They were basing it on a made up thing. So I don't see any problem with going back and going, hey, we're just going to change this and make it made up because it's not been accurate to begin with. Like nobody's trying to make an accurate story about all these fantasy elements. Like how is that even possible?
I've been pretty sure that there's like a Tolkien, because he made a lot of these like letters that a lot of people like to quote, but one of them, I'm pretty sure he says that like his story is meant to be interpreted in new ways depending
Right.
on like